Okay, so we start off this tutorial by before and after pictures. Here we can see where I cropped and where I didn't crop, and then I'm going to show you my tools that I use. The first tool I use is the polygonal. Sorry for my pronunciation, but it's polygonal lasso tool, I think. Yeah. The second tool I use is the background eraser tool, which is to rub off like a normal eraser would. Well, I guess it protects the background. Then the last tool I use, which I use really often, is the pen tool, which is a great tool for cutting out images like this. What I do is, you can see I selected the bunch of layers in blue. What I did is I split this entire picture into 6 parts. I think it was 8 parts. No, 8 parts. Each half is cut into 4, so it's 8 parts each, so I can cut separately, which makes the process quicker and have less work to do. Or well, for me it's faster. I don't know, you can cut the whole thing. It's like 12 boards and you want to cut the whole thing, well, you can go ahead, but I find it easier to split the images this way. If it's less people or smaller images or one person, you can just go right ahead and cut. Secondly, okay, so now we'll start with the cutting. See, pen tool is selected. I used the pen tool, and what I did was zoom up using the zoom tool to the corner right above the colors, and I zoomed in directly where I can see a perfect outline of Kai and Suho, so I can cut around directly right then, and then I cut a little bit on them here, 10. So now that I zoomed back normal, it looks kind of like all together. That's because I was zoomed in so much that it's so tiny and real. Yeah. What I do next is I don't have a picture of it yet, because when I tried to hang it didn't show up. So what I did was right click, and I click make selection, and then this make selection box comes up, and normally, I don't know, but people use 0.2 for the feather radius, which gives you like a less sharp edge cut or around, but I use 0 so I can see what I didn't cut. And so I would have to look, like when I put it on a background, I wouldn't see this fade away image on the end. Fade would just be sharp. So I select that, and you should see the marking arms around the area. So what I do after is I use the background eraser as selected, and I start rubbing off the area. I make sure I get right around the close parts, so you can do it in small parts, because with this eraser it doesn't rub off right completely, so you can do it in smaller parts. And ta-da! That's how we cut using the pen tool. Now with the polygon tool, which is a little quicker but kind of difficult to use, what I did was select a smaller area, even smaller area than I selected with the pen tool, because it's easier to use smaller areas. With the tool, the lasso tool, I select in between 10's leg hair, where you can see it's very small. And as soon as you select and completed your selection, the marking arms comes directly up, which gives you this area here. And you can do the same thing with the eraser as I did, or you can hit Control Delete, or just delete it. I don't know, edit, delete, and that's how you get, well, you cut there and cut there, and then eventually that side should look like this side on this side, the after side. Well, the before side should look like the after side. Yep, and that's how you cut my tip with using this thing, where you use the pen tool. If you made a mistake, you can hit undo and come back way, but with the lasso tool you can't do that, because you have to contract the whole thing before you can even like do it over, do the whole thing over. So that's what I said, to use a smaller space for the lasso tool and a bigger space for the pen tool.